Hello, everyone, and welcome to the SOC Beginner Series on CyberAI.education. This series is for complete beginners, so we will go slowly and explain every new term the moment it appears. In this first video, you will learn 4 things. What a Security Operations Center, or SOC, really is, how it works, who works inside it, and who runs it. Everything on screen comes straight from the course, so you can open it later and practice yourself. Let's begin. Why does a SOC exist? Think of it as the security guard room of a building. But instead of doors and cameras, this team watches a company's computers, servers, and accounts. All day, all night, every day. Every company runs on technology now, and that means every company can be attacked. If nobody is watching, an attacker can hide inside for months. With a SOC, the attack is caught in minutes. The SOC does this work in a simple loop of 4 steps. Detect, triage, respond, and improve. Do not worry about these words. A real story will explain each one. Before that story, one important thing about attackers. They do not keep office hours. Night or weekend, it makes no difference to them. Attackers love long weekends and public holidays, because that is when the fewest people are watching. Imagine an attack starting Saturday at 3 in the morning. If nobody notices until Monday, the attacker gets 2 full days to do damage. That is why companies need a team that never stops watching. That team is the SOC. The best way to learn these steps is to watch one attack from start to finish. Here is our story. Monday morning, 12 minutes past 9. Someone on the finance team gets an email. It looks like a normal invoice from a supplier. It is not. It is a fake email made to trick people, and that trick is called phishing. The person opens the attachment. On the screen, nothing happens. But in the background, a hidden program starts locking file after file. Software that locks your files and demands money to unlock them is called ransomware. Step 1 is detect. Detect means notice that something bad is happening. No human can watch every file on every computer, but security software can. It works like a smoke alarm. It saw hundreds of files being locked within seconds, and a normal person never does that. So it raised an alert. An alert is a message that says, "Look here, something is wrong." That alert came just 47 seconds after the click. That is detection. Machines watch all the time, and they shout the moment something looks wrong. Step 2 is triage. Triage means sorting. You decide what is real and what is urgent. Security tools are careful, so sometimes they raise an alert about something harmless. That is called a false positive, a false alarm. So a human analyst checks first. Is this alert real? In our story, yes. Next, how bad is it? Only one computer is affected so far, but files are still being locked right now. So this becomes an incident, a confirmed security problem. The team marks it Priority 1, the most urgent kind. Priority 1 means act now. Step 3 is respond. This means stop the attack and fix the damage. The first move is to disconnect the infected laptop from the network. It is like closing a door so a fire cannot reach the other rooms. Next, find out how the attack got in. Remove the bad program and bring the files back from a backup. A backup is a saved copy of your files, kept in a safe place. The goal is always the same. Stop the attack fast, keep the damage small. Step 4 is improve. This means learn from the attack, so the same trick never works again. After the incident, the team replays the whole story together. What worked well? The alarm fired in 47 seconds. Great. What went wrong? The email filter let a dangerous attachment through. So the team writes a new rule to block emails like that one automatically. Then the loop starts again. Detect, triage, respond, improve. Each time around, the SOC gets a little stronger. Now you know how a SOC works. Who does all this work? A SOC team is organized in levels called tiers. Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. Think of a hospital. A nurse checks you first. Serious? You see a doctor. Very serious? A specialist. A SOC works the same way. Each tier has a clear job, and hard problems move up, level by level. That is how a small team handles thousands of alerts without drowning. Tier 1 is the front door of the SOC. Security tools can raise thousands of alerts every single day. On the day of our story, there were 4,831. Most are noise, false alarms, or small things. Senior experts cannot read them all. Tier 1 analysts work like a filter. They check each alert quickly and ask, is it real? They close the false alarms and push the real threats up to Tier 2. Our ransomware alert? A Tier 1 analyst confirmed it was real, wrote clear notes, and escalated it in just 3 minutes. Escalated means passed up to the next level. Tier 2 analysts have more experience, and they dig deeper. They took our case and asked harder questions. How exactly did it get in? Did it spread to other computers? They disconnected the infected machine and found a root cause, the true starting point of the problem. It was that fake invoice email. They collected the evidence, then worked with the IT team to rebuild the machine and bring the files back. Their job is to fully understand the incident and make sure it's truly over. Tier 3 analysts are the most experienced experts, and they take the hardest technical work. For our case, that meant taking the ransomware apart piece by piece to see how it works inside. This is called reverse engineering. They also ask, have we seen this before? The answer was yes. It matched a known ransomware family, a group of related programs seen in 3 earlier attack campaigns. And the best part? What Tier 3 learns becomes a new detection rule for the tools, sent to every Tier 1 screen. Next time, this attack gets caught even faster. Last question. Who actually runs the SOC? Not every company builds its own team, because a team that watches day and night is expensive. There are 4 common ways. In-house, MSSP, MDR, and hybrid. Big words, I know, so let me just show you. Remember the new detection rule from Tier 3? A few months later, the same ransomware family tries again. 3 in the morning on a Sunday, and the new rule catches it at once. Same attack, on one workstation, just one office computer. Watch that night play out in each of the 4 models. Way number 1 is the in-house SOC. In-house means the company hires its own analysts and owns its own tools. 3 in the morning, Sunday, the alert fires. An analyst is already on the night shift inside the building. She sees it within a minute and disconnects the machine at 4 minutes past 3. Her Tier 2 colleague finishes the job. Contained in 19 minutes. Contained means stopped, unable to spread. That is the strength of in-house. Your own people, who know your company deeply, are right there. The weakness? A full team awake around the clock costs a lot, and experienced people are hard to find. So mostly big banks and big technology companies run in-house SOCs. Way number 2 is the MSSP, short for Managed Security Service Provider. You pay an outside company to do the watching for you. Same Sunday, same alert, but this time it lands on the provider's screens. They are awake, and they quickly confirm it is real. Here is the key point, though. An MSSP mainly watches and warns. Acting is still your job. At 7 minutes past 3, the provider phones your on-call analyst, meaning the person on duty for night calls. He wakes up, and at 18 minutes past 3, he connects from his laptop, and by 22 past 3, the machine is cut off. Contained in 41 minutes. But notice the cost of passing the work over. The response had to wait for your team. Way number 3 is MDR, short for Managed Detection and Response. It is like an MSSP that goes one step further. The provider does not just watch and warn. They also act. Same alert, same time. The provider sees it, and instead of only calling you, they isolate the infected machine themselves, remotely, at 5 minutes past 3. Isolate means cut it off from the network, even from far away. In the morning, your team finds a full report waiting. What happened, what the provider did, and what to fix. Contained in 15 minutes, while your whole company was asleep. This suits companies that want expert help without building a big team. Way number 4 is hybrid. Hybrid means a mix. You keep a small team of your own, and you also work with a partner. Same Sunday night. Your own night analyst catches the alert and disconnects the machine, just like in-house. While she works, the partner's experts examine the ransomware program itself. The two teams work in parallel, side by side, contained in 14 minutes, the fastest of all 4. Your people bring knowledge of the business. The partner brings depth and extra hands. And on a really bad day, the partner can send in extra people. That is called surge support. What does a really bad day look like? Imagine not one computer, but 207 computers, all locking files at the same time. Your in-house team is 5 people, and 5 people cannot investigate that many machines. In a hybrid model, the work splits. Your 5 people who make the big decisions. Stop the spread, inform the leaders, keep the business running. Meanwhile, the partner search team works through the infected machines in parallel, checking what the ransomware did on each one and how it spread. Neither side could do this alone. Remember, there is no single best model. The right choice depends on the company's size, its budget, and the experience it already has. And that is the full picture. Why a SOC exists. The 4-step loop, it runs day and night. The 3 tiers that share the work. And the 4 ways companies run a SOC. Everything in this video comes from the SOC Analyst Beginner course on CyberAI.education, where hands-on labs let you sit in the Tier 1 seat yourself. If this video helped you, subscribe for the next one in the series. Thank you for watching, and see you there.